G'day again fellas. So in this video I'm going to address the second most common question that I receive, and that is, what cameras do I use? So let's go around the back and have a look. So who spotted the vermin running out from under my feet there? I'll take care of him later. So I keep them all in a Pelican 1510 case. Anyway, I'll start with the GoPro Hero 2, which I'm sure you've seen before. So this is the LED screen and an extended battery, which I never use. And the camera itself, which is fitted with the head mount, which is the only real way that I use it. It's just too inconvenient to swap between different mounting options, and I do use it often with the head mount, particularly when I'm walking around doing something and I need my hand free. Anyway, it's a very common camera and I don't need to go into any more depth with that. And there is a new model out, the Hero 3. Okay, next up is the Act 20 HD. And this is the 60-degree model. There is another one with a wider angle lens, but I prefer the 60-degree for what I use it for, which is down the barrel cam. So it records in 720 HD, and because it's a 1-inch diameter cylinder, it'll fit any common mounts like laser mounts, scope mounts, torch mounts. So you have good options to mount onto a shotgun or rifle. And at the front there is just all the various mounts that I have. Now the camera that gets the most interest is the Casio Exilim Pro EXF1. All the high-speed video, slow motion video that you see is filmed with this camera. So in addition to the 720 HD, it has 3 high-speed settings. So 300 frames per second, 600 frames per second and 1200 frames per second, which is 1/10, 1/20th and 1/40th speed respectively. It doesn't record sound on the high-speed settings. If you do hear sound on my videos, it's because I've put the sound in as an audible cue for when things happen. So it drops the resolution every time you increase the frame rate. So Casio made these cameras back in 2008, and unfortunately they stopped making them sometime after that. No one can really figure out why, because it still is the best consumer high-speed camera. These days they're worth about double what they were back in 2008. So you're looking at about $2,000 for a as new in the box camera, but you can get them down around the $1,000 mark second hand if you're lucky. Now if you want to see more of this camera, here's a few channels that feature it. Teo Flattermouse, assuming I say that right, is the biggest channel that uses this camera and is probably the most generous person I've come across on YouTube. He also seems to be a person of very good character, so hopefully I can send some people back his way, because I know a lot of you have come through his and into mine. Fuzzy Dice Pimp also uses this camera in his channel, which typically deals with guns, a lot of airsoft stuff, but there's also 50 caliber air guns, other weapons, and he does better editing than me. Like, he does this zoom in bloody thing that I keep trying to steal, but mine always looks shit, so he can keep that. So go check him out. Weaponeer, he runs the weaponeer.net site. He hasn't uploaded in a while, but it's mainly military weapons. And he also managed to lose his fingers like me in a engine. So run over there and give him a thumbs up for me. And the Artisan, I only got into there through Teo Flattermouse's feed. He got hold of one of these cameras recently, and I believe he's going to look at doing ballistic gel stuff, going off what the feed says. So that's a channel you might want to keep an eye on. Anyway, moving on, the Sony NEX-5n. So I bought this mainly to remove the filters and create a wide spectrum camera for night vision, but I haven't done that because it's the only camera I have that has a flash. The Casio doesn't work anymore, and it also does very good nighttime video, which the others don't do very well at all. So maybe I'll bugger it and pull the filters out yet. This is the external filter that'll return it back to normal if I do pull the internal one out. Although that's quite an operation, it's quite difficult to do. The Bushnell Trophy Cam. So this is the motion sensitive camera that you see set over traps and the like. So it films in 720 HD and it has the black infrared light to film at night time. So that camera will last like 6 months or a year even, depending on how much it's triggered out in the field with its 12 AA batteries. So anyway, that's the main cameras that I use. I may use some others at times, like I am now, obviously. So here's a question to you. So what cameras do you use and what do you think of them? Post down in the comments below.